All right, so I'm going to walk you through how to set up a Calendly link so that you can easily book your guest interviews and not lose your mind at the same time. So when you log into your account, you'll be presented with some amount of these calendars. I have a lot set up here. What you're going to want to do is create a 1 hour podcast interview. So we can go new event type. And if you're on a free account, you may have to get rid, I think you're only allowed one account type or two account types. You may have to get rid of one in order to do this hour long. So this will be a one-on-one type. So you'll click create. And then we'll call the event name podcast interview. And I'll call this one tutorial just because I already have a podcast interview one. Here at the location, if you've already set up Zoom in your integrations tab, you will be able to click Zoom. After that, you can add a description here, and this is where maybe it is a good idea to put some info for your guests, like, hey, please have a microphone. I would also recommend that you do this in your email, but this is just another option and another opportunity to give them a message here. Now we're going to click next. You can also change the event colors. You can change the short link, right? So maybe you just want it to be pod interview. You could change that. I'll leave it like that for now. Then you get to decide how far out people can schedule. Among other options, you get to decide how long it will be. Oftentimes people will set a 15-minute pre-interview just to make sure that they're the right kind of guest. So here is where you would do that. Maybe you have a podcast pre-interview and a podcast full interview. For this, we're going to do 60-minute. And you can set custom hours. You can use an existing schedule that you have. This video is not going to go into all that Calendly can do. However, for now, I can set custom hours and go in and start to, like let's say I'm available on Wednesdays for podcast interviews. I can edit all Wednesdays, or I could just edit this Wednesday. And if I edit this Wednesday, I can add time blocks here. So maybe I'm only available to do interviews from 9 to 3 and 5 to 9 p.m. So if I want to add another time block here, I can hit this plus, and then I can do it like that. I'm going to cancel this, and I can edit for all Wednesdays or just this date. I can edit for all Fridays or just this date. So once you do that, there's other rules here I'm not going to get into because it makes this video more complex, but there's other things you can do. Once you set your availability, I'm just going to use my default hours. I hit next, and this is another chance to adjust anything. I can ask questions. This is a great feature. And again, if you don't have the paid plan, you can't ask too many questions. But you definitely want their name and email, maybe a phone number in case you need to call them up and be like, hey, I'm waiting here for you on the interview. Anything else that you want them to have, you can, or to fill out. Maybe it helps you with your bio for them, or your investigation of getting their media assets, their logos, all that stuff. You can add new questions here. And there is a lot of other options you can configure. You can have a confirmation page. And these are all very powerful things to do, but for the scope of this video, all I wanted to do is get you set up quickly. So once you have this, you can hit back, go back to your main page. Loading. And right here, you can copy this link. Once you copy that link, this is what people will see when they visit your link. And this will download and sync with your calendar as long as you've set it up in the integrations that we mentioned. So I hope that this video helped you set up Calendly. If you don't, if you're not clear about something, or if you had trouble setting this up, just go ahead and book another session with me and we'll go through it on our next call. Really excited to get you guys on the calendar with some incredible experts and guests. Have a good rest of your day.